With LEGO focusing so much on their larger, more adult-oriented sets in recent years, it can be easy to forget about LEGO's cleverest set play features. So let's explore the weirdest, wackiest, and wildest play features found in LEGO sets. Kicking things off today is this incredible set from 2012's Monster Fighters theme, the Vampire Castle. With 949 pieces and 7 minifigures, it's packed full of details that you'd expect to see in any creepy old castle. Personally, I'm a big fan of the organ upstairs, but it also has some seriously intense play features, such as these dangerous spikes that you can push in to surprise and impale minifigures as they enter the front gate. Not to mention perhaps the most gruesome play feature of this build, which is hidden at the bottom of one of the towers. Made up of a single 4x4 round brick and 12 white talons, this spiked pit is straight out of a horror movie. But there's more to unravel here, because directly above the spike pit, there's a small stand holding a treasure map. Anyone attempting to steal Lord Vampire's prized treasure is at serious risk of never being seen again. A gruesome trapdoor awaits. Just pull this black cone piece and you'll send the minifigure tumbling into the spikes. Yikes. Next up, a submission from one of my followers on Instagram brings us to the lair of a different LEGO villain, Garmadon's Dark Fortress from the very first wave of Ninjago sets from 2011. This build is certainly a little dated by modern Ninjago standards, but it helped lay the foundation for what would become LEGO's most popular original brand. In fact, this is personally one of my favorite LEGO sets of all time. If you take a look at the top of the fortress, you'll notice a turret on each of the 2 towers. Each of these can be manned by a Skullkin skeleton warrior and contains 2 classic flickfire missiles. But there's something more. Look a little bit closer and you'll notice that each of the missile's warheads are, well, literally heads. Yeah, it seems like even if a skeleton falls in battle, their work still isn't done. However, the coolest part of this set is hiding in plain sight. On the front of the fortress, there's a giant white skull with what seems to be like giant rib bones sticking out. You'll find a large red button that's just begging to be pushed in the back of this build, and doing so will launch this spider onto the drawbridge, ambushing any pesky ninja trying to storm the gates. Now, Ninjago sets are typically some of the most playable sets out there, and there's another great example to be found in the Epic Dragon Battle set. The set comes with 2 impressive beasts, but the coolest feature is on the Great Devourer Serpent. If you open its mouth, you'll notice that it's very close to the size of a minifigure, and that's no coincidence. This fearsome foe can completely swallow an unexpected ninja if they get too close. I love this play feature and the entire 2012 Ninjago wave as a whole. These serpentine sets were a lot of fun. Now, something a little similar can be found in the 2016 Carbon Freezing Chamber. This little build is a great recreation of the legendary scene and features one cool little trick. Simply place Han Solo onto the stand, turn the dial, and watch as he disappears, only to come back up frozen and ready for transport by everyone's favorite bounty hunter. Before moving on though, if you enjoy my videos, please hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss my next video. Now, speaking of iconic LEGO bad guys, Professor Snape has wormed his way into no fewer than 15 LEGO sets over the years, but he's also undergone at least one major change in that time. First appearing in the earliest wave of Harry Potter sets back in 2001, Snape initially had a fairly unique trait for minifigures, a glow-in-the-dark head. Yup, if you've never had any of these older Harry Potter sets, you've probably never seen Snape looking quite like this. This version of the Professor appeared in 4 of the earliest LEGO Harry Potter sets: Snape's Class, the Dueling Club, Harry and the Marauders Map, and the very first version of the Hogwarts Castle. Now, this might surprise you, as I'm pretty sure that Snape never starts glowing in any of the films or books, but there's no denying that the color used in these glow-in-the-dark pieces perfectly matches his pale on-screen appearance. It was a great feature. By 2007 though, LEGO decided that they wouldn't be keeping this. Why? Well, it's unclear. Maybe the confusion around why Snape's head was glowing was just too much. Maybe it was to cut costs. Who knows? LEGO is typically pretty quiet about their decisions, so I can only speculate. Whatever the reason, nowadays Professor Snape blends in with the rest of the minifigures. No more glowing head. Perhaps the strangest villain ever to appear in a LEGO set though is Batman's well-known arch-enemy, the Condiment King. Okay, maybe arch enemy is a bit strong, but for one reason or another, Batman has decided that stopping a man from using ketchup and mustard as weapons is a top priority. Regardless, the Egghead mech food fight from the LEGO Batman movie line does come with one pretty funny play feature. This set comes with several 1x1 studs, which makes sense since the Condiment King is armed with a pair of stud shooters. But it's what these represent which is really funny. All of these studs are either red or yellow, yeah, ketchup or mustard. I don't know about you, but if I'm being tasked at going up against Batman, I feel like I'd want something a little bit more powerful than spicy brown mustard. Thanks to Aton the LEGO guy for pointing out this set to me. Up next, one of the most unique and creative play features that I've ever seen in a set is from 2010's Dropship from the Hero Factory line. The LEGO Hero Factory sets were never a huge draw for me personally, but this set does something that I've never seen in a build before or since. For context, Hero Factory constructible figures came in these plastic cases instead of standard cardboard boxes. The dropship was able to attach to and carry these containers, allowing you to drop your heroes into the thickest part of a fight. That's a very cool and unique feature. Now, the LEGO movies gave us some incredible sets that were absolutely packed with play features, but there's one that really stands out as just being a little bit weird. The set itself is kind of bland overall until you experience the play features. Don't get me wrong, I love the use of all the translucent blue elements throughout it, but the final build doesn't have much going for it from a display standpoint. Luckily, that wasn't the point, and this build was designed entirely around play. On the far left, there's a revolving wall, allowing Balthazar to instantly transform into his bat at the flick of a wrist. However, the weirdest part is on the opposite side of the build. On the far right, there's a lovely and relaxing hot tub. Nothing strange about it, right? Well, it seems like LEGO decided that this part of the set had to do something. Just below the hot tub next to a sink, there's a small clear lever. Pull it, and whoever is in the hot tub will be flushed out in an instant. A very strange play feature, but I guess sometimes you just really have to get away. Speaking of being flushed, the play feature that was mentioned the most when I asked you guys to DM me your favorite LEGO play features on Instagram can be found in the Ninjago City Market set. In the sushi bar, you'll find a simple, though well-designed toilet. LEGO puts toilets in a lot of sets. I've actually got an entire video about that, which I'll link in the description. But this one has a cool trick, because it really works. Yes, just flush the toilet and anything left inside will be quickly dumped out into the river below. Not exactly eco-friendly nor hygienic, but that's another story. On the topic of what to do with your trash, the Spider-Man Web Warriors Ultimate Bridge Battle has several great play features, but Brickleberg pointed out one that kinda stinks. On the far end of the bridge, there's a small green trash can. Besides the fact that it's a very strange place for a trash can, there's something else interesting here, what's directly underneath it. Take a closer look and you'll see that it sits on top of what looks like a small catapult. With a simple flick, you can launch this trash bin right into the middle of the fight. If it's full, it would certainly make a mess. Another set though with a fun secret is this adorable 3-in-1 Creator Rainforest Animal set. The main build here is a parrot, frog, and a fly, but there's something else that's clearly displayed on the package. These 3 brown 1x1 round tiles. What are they? Well, of course, they're actually pieces of bird food. This parrot can actually eat these small pellets, but that's not all. If you lift up the tail, anything that the bird has eaten will come falling straight out the bottom. It's certainly anatomically correct, though a little gross. Another set that takes biology maybe a step too far is the Jurassic Park Triceratops research build from 2023. This set famously features a massive brick-built pile of, well, let's just call it dino droppings, that matches up with the scene. I mean, one thing you might notice is that one of the minifigures is carrying a shovel. I think we all know why. It turns out that the secret to what's been making this Triceratops so sick can be found by digging into the middle of this giant pile. Pop the top off this build and you'll find the cause, a few poisonous berries. Thank you to Spider J for bringing this particular detail to my attention. But this isn't even the grossest play feature that LEGO has ever included. As pointed out by Willem Pie, that dubious honor goes to the Paranormal Intercept bus from the Hidden Side series. I've mentioned this set a few times before, but it's surprisingly relevant as of right now. One of the sub-builds of this set is a small porta-potty. A little weird, but nothing unusual. Well, it looks like this particular toilet has had enough and is ready to fight back. With just a few quick moves, it transforms into a monster with what might be the grossest attack ever found in a LEGO set. This thing shoots these round 2x2 tiles. What are they? Well, it's a toilet, and they're brown discs. I'm sure you can figure that out. But there's certainly more humor like this in other LEGO sets. Click here to see them, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my next LEGO video. It's a good one.